You're listening to Podcast PXN,
a video game podcast,
delivering a player experience news.
Let's go! What is up, guys, and welcome to Podcast PXN, episode 307. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Prindle, aka Dan is DTM on, yes, still Twitter. And I'm joined over Discord by the resident Embark Glazer and my fellow Spartan, Gage Dempster, at Gilbo Biggins.
Ooh-wee! We got some news today, and I am ready to glaze, Dan. I am so ready to glaze today. We got some good news to talk about.
Good news. Glaze on, Spartan. And thank you to everyone watching us live and participating in the chat. Just as a reminder, we're live each and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on youtube.com/@podcastpxn and twitch.tv/podcastpxn as well. The topic of the show this week is the PlayStation State of Play that just happened today. We're going to go over that right now. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Gage, did you have a chance to check out the State of Play, or did you see any of the State of Play announcements?
I did. I woke up and I made sure that that was the first thing I did to get recapped for the show. So I did watch the whole thing. I'll say I definitely didn't pay attention to everything, but I feel I have seen enough to contribute to the conversation.
Awesome. Okay, yes, I watched it as well. I hate when IGN does this, but I'm just gonna fucking roll with it. They don't have this in order at all, but we're gonna roll with it. Christian in the chat says Tylenol. Yeah, this episode of Podcast PXN is brought to you by Tylenol. Do you like autism? Tylenol. According to our health chief or whatever the fuck his name is. Anyways. Kirik said, whoa, there was a State of Play. Damn it. I missed him again. Oh, yes. Yeah, sorry, Kirik. Yes, there was a State of Play today. We're going to dive into it right about now. Christian says, what a wet blanket as a State of Play. Oh, he wasn't too happy with it. But let's go ahead and start off with the highlight, I guess, or I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily the highlight. That wasn't the correct word, but what did they end the show with? They ended with Marvel's Wolverine getting a gameplay trailer and a fall 2026 release window, and confirmation that Liam McIntyre will play Logan in Insomniac's Marvel's Wolverine. So we got some new gameplay footage. Actually, not new, first time gameplay footage, because everything we had seen before was just leaked footage. Showed Logan in his classic looking suit, riding a motorcycle, traveling to different locations, encountering Mystique, Omega Red, and a Sentinel, and much more. They said we would have more to see in spring of 2026. Gage, what was your first impressions on Marvel's Wolverine?
I thought it looked totally fine. I wasn't super blown away with anything that I saw. I think it was more or less kind of what I expected from Insomniac doing another superhero game. It seems like it looks like it's gonna play very similar to Spider-Man, obviously minus the massive open world and traversal aspects. It was refreshing to see that it was brutal, right? That's what a lot of people were kind of worried about, is what level they were gonna take the violence to. And the trailer made pretty quick work of putting that fear to rest for people. It was very brutal very quickly, which was awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like for a game like this, because this is the one thing PlayStation does struggle with, is having a lot of games that are the same genre of like third person, over the shoulder action hack and slash kind of game. I feel like for me, whether or not this is a day one buy or like whether I'm excited for it, it's got to come down to the story. So like I'm gonna wait for a very good story trailer and see what happens.
What the heck?
We have an imposter.
We have an imposter here.
I tried to time it for when Gage was finishing his thoughts, so I could give a little take.
Yeah.
Wasn't he still talking? Did I jump in too early?
You did jump in too early, but go ahead, please.
Sorry, I have to take account the delay.
That's true.
Tell us.
Here. I'll say my piece, and then you can go back to your thing. Because you were saying what made it so refreshing was the violence. I think what makes it so refreshing is that it's seemingly going to be kind of like a wide linear game and not an open world game like Spider-Man, because it's like a globe-trotting, I guess, narrative, right? You're like going to Canada and Japan, and then what's that made up? Madripoor. That I think is kind of maybe the most exciting about it. Wide linear missions could be good. I'm sorry for interrupting. Please forgive me.
I forgave you as soon as it happened.
Back to lurking.
Yeah. Did you have more to add before I jump in, Gage?
No. I guess
Okay.
I'm just waiting to see what the story hook is before I get really, really excited.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think similar to your thoughts, I think my main concerns continue to be how this is going to play, and seemingly it does look like it's similar to Spider-Man. At least the melee combat looks pretty similar. It's just, obviously beefed up in terms of the presentation for it to be a little bit more graphic and intense from the claws impaling people. But yeah, I think the graphic nature of it is definitely refreshing to see, and that they're not putting like an Insomniac coat of paint on it to make it, family friendly or whatever. Because make no mistake, this game is going to be an M-rated game after seeing this. Yeah. And that part of it is very exciting. I think Christian's comment about it being more linear and just like, bigger areas, I'll call it, instead of like an open world. That does seem pretty exciting as well. I agree with Christian on that, because I don't know how well Wolverine would translate to having a completely wide open world experience, because of what we were talking about with Spider-Man, you would get too much into the samey vibe, I guess, when you're traversing the city and such, and like climbing the buildings like with your claws would feel pretty much
collect
the same.
15 adamantium bullets.
Yeah.
Scattered around the map. Yeah.
So I think those are definitely promising things, I'll say. And yeah, like you're saying, we didn't get much of a idea of what the story is going to be, but it'll be interesting to see like what they do with the story. Like, is the story going to match how graphic the actual presentation is? Like, are we going to get like an intense story to match that?
I hope so. That's what my main concern is, right? Because if you're gonna make a game that's brutal and graphic, you've already got the M rating, which is already you've decided you're gonna forego the mass audience and make an M-rated game. I would like to see a narrative that is also geared towards adults. Like, my worst case scenario with this is that, like we always talk about, is that if the game looks like this and is brutal and violent gameplay, but then the writing is like that video game speak, that sort of HR kind of friendly speak, that would be the worst case scenario for me. So I would love to see something that's a bit darker and has some, doesn't have to be, a work of Shakespeare, but I mean, to have something that has something to say about things would be nice. But we'll see. I'm sure we'll get a story trailer next after this sort of sizzle reel.
For sure. Yeah. I think, for better or worse, I think that's partly why I'm able to overlook that, like, video gamey, like just cringy a little bit dialogue in Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's like much more family friendly, and like he's very much geared toward a different audience in my eyes.
Right.
So like, I have no problem with it in that, but yeah, you're right. If we start getting stuff like that in Marvel's Wolverine when he's fucking impaling guys' eyeballs out like that, it doesn't quite fit. It doesn't
Right.
work.
If Genki shows up in this, I'm gonna have words.
They're gonna have a crossover in 5 years. It's gonna be Wolverine versus Spider-Man. Okay. Moving on from Marvel's Wolverine, we got a look at Saros, which got an extended gameplay demo and a March 2026 release date. Of course, this is Housemarque's next game after Returnal. And this is a follow-up to Returnal, in not in name, but in, what the game actually is.
Right,
This
spiritual
isn't
successor.
Yes. This isn't a sequel, but a new game starring Rahul Kohli's Arjun Devaraj, who finds himself on the shape-shifting planet known as Carcosa. The sun also plays a big part, and we hear a voice saying, every time the sun dies, time stretches and tears. Oh, and weapons appear to be powered by the eclipse happening as well. We got a look at the tech on hand, as well as particles that were on display, but also a few of the abilities that we'll get to utilize, including the Saltari Shield, which allows you to defend and absorb projectiles, and Second Chance, which allows you to revive on first death. So this might be a game for Gage, a little bit up your alley.
I mean, third-person shooter and a roguelite. It should be. And I should have played Returnal, but I haven't for some reason. Maybe that'll be my next game to get off the backlog. Because I watched this and I thought this looks awesome. This looks totally awesome. And I know it definitely does look a lot like Returnal, so I should try Returnal. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Raul Cooley as well. Obviously, Midnight Mass, big Midnight Mass fan over here. So, it's cool to see him in his getting his time to shine in a big budget video game. Yeah, this looks great. This looks really fun.
Absolutely. Then we got a look at Battlefield 6's campaign. We got a reveal there coming October 10th, of course. I think this was a pretty generic trailer for a modern shooter campaign. So we'll see if it's really like that original. But I am excited about the scale and the I don't know, the level of fidelity of the campaign. It may not necessarily be making awards happen with its writing, but it might be a spectacle,
I'm sensing just an air of disappointment from you with this.
Yeah.
Does it feel? Can I say something? Does it feel a little bit like the snake eating itself, where it's like we had Modern Warfare 2019, which is what I was thinking of a lot with this trailer, and it feels like you have Call of Duty, which is Modern Warfare 2019 was extremely successful, right? And then they got ahead of themselves and got carried away. And now Battlefield is jumping on the Modern Warfare 2019 bandwagon. And if Battlefield 6 is successful because of that, Call of Duty is going to jump around back to that. And it just kind of feels like we're in this cycle
Tit
of
for
like...
tat.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what it ends up looking like when it comes out.
Yeah. I mean, you and I are both kind of... I mean, not to speak for you, but you and I seem to be pretty sold on the multiplayer, so I'm going to be getting it anyways. As long as the campaign is fun and has a couple of cool set pieces, that's all I really need from it, because I'm already buying the game because of the multiplayer.
For sure. All right. Then we got Neo 3, which was given an official release date coming February 6, 2026 on PS5. I don't have anything to add for Neo. I'm not a huge Neo fanatic, but happy for those people. We got to look at Zero Parades for Dead Spies, which is a new spy fantasy from Disco Elysium's ZA. Kind of a cool, had a cool aesthetic to it.
Yeah. At first I thought it was a direct sequel to it, but
yeah, they tricked you.
They did.
Gage loved the 2 seconds of Christian Macias. All right. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles got a gameplay overview trailer ahead of its launch next week, September 30th, of course. Crimson Desert will tell Kif's journey to reunite the Greymanes next March. We got open world action adventure game Crimson Desert coming March 19th, 2026.
That game is actually on my radar, surprisingly. I shouldn't be into an MMO because that's kind of what it is, right? I think it's like an MMO light or something like that. But this is one of those games that seems like it's too good to be true. But I'm not gonna lie. It kind of every time I see it, I'm like, I might put more hours than I should into this.
I feel like I've seen like a million ads for Crimson Desert, so every time I see it, I'm just like, I don't fucking want to see this anymore.
Right. I mean, I'm also suspicious of it too because it seems way too good to be true. But right. I don't know. There's just something. It's on my radar. I might be trying this game. We'll see.
Kirik says he's dying to get Final Fantasy Tactics. Hell yeah.
Dying.
Chrono's script, The Endless End, tells the tale of an editor trapped in a manuscript of an endless story. They must write the final chapter. This 2D action-adventure game spans both the writer's mansion, which is rendered in 3D, and the manuscripts within, which are illustrated in 2D. It will be coming in 2026. Very cool. Cool mix between 2D and 3D. Code Vein 2 will help kick off 2026, according to IGN. I was going to kick it off. Coming January 30th, 2026. If you like the original, Code Vein is back early next year.
This is the problem when it's just you and I, is that there's so many weeb games that come out now, and we have zero weeb representation on the podcast right now. So we have nothing to say about any of these
weeb games.
Code this and Genshin Impact this.
They all look the same.
They do all look the same.
We do have some banger updates for PlayStation Plus's game catalog. It's headlined by Alan Wake 2 joining the catalog. Gage is grimacing probably when I say that, but me and Christian are clapping. We're clapping.
Hey, there's got to be room for mid games in the industry. We have to have a section for those games to come out and to have representation. So guys, enjoy Alan Wake 2 all you'd like.
I also said improper English there. I said me and Christian. I meant to say Christian and I. Just for our English people out there. Also joining the fun will be Cocoon and Goat Simulator, and all three will be available on October 7th. We will also be getting Last of Us Part 2 and Remastered will also be joining the catalog this month. Well, long time coming. We have another Gage Microsoft first-party game coming to PlayStation 5, and it is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, coming on December 8th, 2025. It also has PSVR 2 support that is in the works.
Did you notice that when in that trailer, the plane had a little XB1 on the It had in green letters. It had XB-1 on the tail of it, and as it flew by, I'm like, did they do that on purpose? Did they say, yeah, you could? Here's the trailer you have to use.
That's
And
hilarious.
it's got a little Xbox One thing in there. I caught that. And I was like, that's funny that this is happening at a PlayStation. I mean, it's their game anyways. It's already called Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it just felt like a little extra cherry on top of. This is an Xbox game.
I did not even catch that. I didn't realize that. That's funny though. Christian said Soros may release the same time as GTA. Ooh, that'd be interesting. I hope not. That might be bad for Soros, but and then Whooper. Hello, Whooper. Ben. Hello. Nice of you to join us. Yo, what's the deal with Concord? Just heard about it. What? Where the fuck? Concord is long gone. That shit died in the cradle. My goodness. Concord.
That's awesome. What is the deal with Concord?
All right. Gran Turismo celebrated its 100 million units sold, and a Gran Turismo 7 update is on the way as well. We got 2 new F1 race circuits, 8 new vehicles, circuit experience, data logger feature, and more on the way for you racing nuts out there. Dang, and I missed it. You did. You missed it. Concord, here and gone before you could even blink. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is getting a Mega Man content pack in 2026. I just love these IGN articles where they mistype things and I just have to add in words for it to make sense. Let me just read what they said. You gotta fill in the
blanks.
Yeah, well, let me read what they actually said here. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is getting a Mega Man content in 2026. A Mega Man
you know
content.
What?
That doesn't even
Journalism
make
is
sense.
hard, man.
Yeah, what the fuck? All right, on the way next year. Deus Ex Remastered is out early next year and is basically an update to one of the most beloved games of all time, the original Deus Ex, and will be released on PS5 on February 5th, 2026. Essentially just up-resed, no new, it's not like new graphics or anything like that. This one I've been very excited for this. Woo! This is getting me excited. Halloween video game gets a gameplay reveal and release date coming September 8th of 2026. Over almost a year away.
You're excited for this?
I'm very excited for it because it is the developers that made the Friday the 13th game, and I loved the Friday the 13th game when it worked. It had a lot of bugs at launch. And it didn't function a lot of the time at launch. But when that game got fixed and was like functioning, it was a ton of fun. I had a ton of fun with it, and this is very much the same thing, just with Michael Myers instead of Jason Voorhees. So I'm very excited for this, just in terms of the game.
I guess we're playing. All right, I guess we're playing Halloween the game a year from now. Then
let's go. Hell yeah! If we're still here by then, the world might have blown up. But
no, Trump will stop that war. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
What's another war to stop for him?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Kirik didn't know Deus Ex Remastered is a thing. Yep, as of today, it is. But basically, just up-resed. That is a little disappointing. They didn't actually like retouch it or anything. But survival action roguelite Let It Die Inferno will make its way to PS5 before the end of 2025. There will be a PvEVP mode within the Hellgate, and you can also put your survival skills to the ultimate test in competitive matches against other players. And then we got Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. Don't forget Remastered in there. We got more of those. Brings the PS2 classic to PS5. It originally released in 2001. And March 19th, 2026 will be the release date for the remaster. Improved graphics, content from the Extreme Legends expansion, reimagined gameplay mechanics and UI, and more. And once again, IGN doesn't know how to spell because they typed regened gameplay. Incredible. Anyways, Last Epoch. You know what Last Epoch is, Gabe? Oribos is an exciting new expansion that will launch alongside the base game on PS5 for the first time. There we go. Last Epoch. Action RPG.
I have never heard of this game before in my life.
Me either. But it's coming, baby. It's coming. And speaking, what's that, Gage? What did you say? Dweeb Games, here they come. The 7 Deadly Sins origin tells an original story in the world of the beloved manga and anime. Launching January 28th, 2026. It'll let fans of the iconic Japanese manga and anime series adventure through a free-to-play open-world RPG that can be enjoyed solo or with other players.
Are we jumping into this?
We will absolutely not jump into this. Yeah. We got to look at a new controller, the DualSense wireless controller. We got a custom God of War 20th anniversary edition. I will tell you, I fucking hate this controller. Like, this is in my opinion, this is like the epitome of the laziest design I've ever fucking seen. Like, it's literally just all white with a Kratos mark on it. Like, I get it, minimalistic, but I hate it. I hate it.
I hear what you're saying. But there's a part of, I think most of my brain likes it because of the minimalism. I like it. But I hear you. Like, maybe you could have put like I don't know. I kind of like it, but I hear what you're saying. It did not take a lot of effort. R&D was not crunching the numbers and trying we got to come up with something. What can we do? Like, it is a very simple design, but I think I like it. I think I like it. I think Glenn might like it too, actually.
You know what else bothers me? With all their custom controllers, their thumbsticks are always black. Can we not get different colored thumbsticks?
Well, they're not even like they're not even like black. They're just like the default sort of grayish.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yeah, they should be doing something with that. Either make them white or red or something, but yeah.
It will be available for $84.99. Pre-orders begin October 3rd. Then we got a little bit of a surprise announcement. Official PlayStation wireless speakers were announced by Sony. They revealed their own branded wireless speakers called the Pulse Elevate. They're designed for use with PS5 or a desktop PC gaming setup. But they can also work with your PlayStation Portal or even your smartphone if you so choose as well. They come as a pair in both midnight black and white, and they also feature a built-in microphone with AI-enhanced noise rejection, so you can even use these as voice chat. Somebody told me that this doesn't fucking exist when you have sound coming through speakers, and you have a microphone that cancels out audio. Somebody told me that was impossible. Here it is.
Dan, are you talking about the stupid Xbox fucking headset?
I absolutely am.
We are gonna film a special for Podcast PXN, a Mythbuster special. I'm gonna find one of these fucking Xbox headsets. I'm gonna buy a 360.
I have them.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do a test. We're gonna figure out a way to do a test and publish our findings.
Okay.
This is ridiculous. There's no shot. I'm getting mad again. Doesn't matter. Can I say something? These kind of look sick a little bit, and I don't need them at all. But especially the white, the white pair. I was like, this looks nice. This looks kind of nice.
They do look nice, and if that noise cancellation actually works, it would be kind of cool to just like have a casual setup that you don't have to have headphones and the whole get up.
Right.
But there you go. Those are coming in 2026 as well. We don't have a price for those just yet. That
Spoiler alert, they will be expensive.
yeah, probably. Yeah. That is our PlayStation State of Play. So overall, what are we giving it? What letter grade are we giving it?
This is easily a 2.5 star out of 5 for me. This is totally.
I like how I said
Wolverine looked kind of cool. Saros looked really cool. Everything else.
I like how I said, what letter grade are we giving this? And you say, that's
Did you
2.5
say letter grade?
stars.
Oh, no. What are we doing? A, B, C, D?
No, it's fine. You already gave 2.5 stars is your
2.5
letter.
stars.
That's your letter grade.
I've been on Letterboxd a lot. I'm sorry.
I was going to say the same thing anyways. I was going to say like a C, which I feel like would translate roughly to that, you know?
Yeah. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. Would like to see more on Wolverine. All right. Let us move into the PXN News of the Week, Gage. We have one item here. Kojima Productions has given us some updates here, and we've got some exciting ones. We have a brand new teaser trailer that we got for OD, which is now called OD Knock. And I don't know if you had the chance to watch this yet, Gage, but this is definitely a very photorealistic PT-esque experience. Like I felt like watching the door, like I was like, is this like PT? Like I feel like something's gonna happen here. And then yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what the actual gameplay mechanics are.
I mean, it doesn't have to do a whole lot, right? As long as it's anything like PT, it's just a very slow paced moving around a house trying to solve puzzles, people will eat it up, right? PT was awesome, and this looks, not only is the facial animations insane, and I'd be curious to know what engine they're planning. I'm sure this is a vertical slice.
This is Unreal.
Is it Unreal?
It's Unreal Engine, and they're using the metahuman thing that Unreal Engine has.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, okay. All right. Hopefully it runs right.
Yeah.
But no, aside from the facial animations, which obviously are the best that I've ever seen, the hand animation of her lighting the matches also caught my eye immediately, where I was like, this is a really cool and involved animation that you normally don't see. Normally it's a very streamlined, simplified version of that, but they really had her digging through the matchbox, pull one out, and it looked like it was a proper animation. It wasn't just made for the demo, like it repeated itself a few times. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's super impressive, and it's honestly, it's more impressive that Kojima is able to just say, oh yeah, we've worked on the what's the Horizon engine?
Oh, Decima.
Decima, thank you. We've worked on the Decima engine for so long now, but yeah, we're just gonna fucking make this photorealistic, amazing looking horror experience in Unreal Engine. Like, crazy if they're able to pull this off and like work with two completely different game engines and make two very good experiences. This looks very exciting for me, as someone who's not like huge on Death Stranding, like that style of game. This is definitely much more my speed, and I'm excited to see more from this game. We got new key art for the game as well, which features some kind of creature holding the main character's head between his hands, and very creepy. His or her hands, I can't tell. Very creepy. Ooh,
giant, oversized Daniel hands.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
That's a picture of you holding my head when you were up here in Canada, by the way. That's pretty much exactly what it looked like.
Jesus. We also, good news for you. This is a slight tangent, and then we'll get back to more real Kojima stuff. Well, this is real, but it's just kind of weird. Hideo Kojima also announced the Hideo Kojima credit card with MUFG Bank. Like, why the fuck are we getting into the credit card business, Kojima?
I did you look into this any further? Because I did look into
not.
this. I was okay.
No.
So it's kind of being misrepresented. He is doing, from what I understand, this bank was the first bank to back him when he went on his own. So
Okay.
as like a thank you thing, he's doing like a limited edition of their credit card that already exists. That's kind of like a collector's edition card. So he's not starting his own bank. He's not starting his own credit company. It's kind of like he's saying thank you to the company that backed him
So
when he
it's
left
just
Konami.
a design.
Yes, from what I understand, it is just a design of a card. Maybe it's an account as well, like you get certain bonus points with this, but it's not like a company that he's creating or anything like that.
That makes so much more sense. Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
And then Gage, our resident Death Stranding lover right now, we got to look at an animated film in the Death Stranding universe called Death Stranding Mosquito, which is a working title. What were your thoughts on this?
I'm not gonna watch it because I don't like anime, but it looks cool. I might watch it actually. I don't know. I'm in a weird spot right now. We'll get into this when we got what you got for me, but I'm like, do I want to go back and play the first one? I don't know. We'll see.
You want to go back and play Death Stranding 1?
I might.
Didn't you already beat it?
I did not. I played like 4 hours and put it down.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
We'll see. I'm not going to watch this, though. This is huge news for Christian, though, because he is a weeb and he will eat this up.
Plenty of weeb content on this episode. The last little update we have here for Kojima Productions, we have a Fizzint update, which is, of course, the PlayStation game, which is their action espionage game that they're working on, essentially like Metal Gear-esque experience. We got a look at it here with new poster art as well as several cast members that have been unveiled. Poster art looks pretty sick. It says, "Here comes the feeling," a Hideo Kojima game. We're gonna feel things.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Because you will, in my opinion, sometimes rightfully rag on Hideo Kojima and some of the things that he does. But there's just no deny. I saw the box art and I was like, there's just something about Kojima stylistically. He has the sauce. I saw this box art and me personally, I was like, this shit fucking rocks. And we don't know anything about this game. I don't know, the character design, the white black split down the middle. It looks so fucking dope, dude. There's a lot of people speculating because you're right, we did get some cast members. They seem to be supporting cast though, or at least I don't think any of these people are the main character because people are speculating that the main character on that box art might be Robert Pattinson, apparently, who I guess had a public, that Hideo Kojima and him had a meeting that both of them talked about in separate interviews that were like, yeah, we talked about some stuff, but we can't really get into it right now. So people are thinking that the Pattinson himself might be the guy in the box art, which would be very cool.
Very interesting. Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid 5's gameplay. Like, I loved Metal Gear Solid 5's gameplay. I didn't know what the fuck was going on with the story, but
right.
But yeah, I'm excited for this just because of the pedigree of MGS5. The three new cast members that have been announced: Charlie Frazier, Don Lee, and Minami Hamambi are the three actors announced.
I also haven't seen anybody mention this, but very faintly at the bottom of this box art, it does say working title in brackets. So Fizzint might actually not be the final title of the game. But this box art goes so incredibly hard. I don't know. I'm in. I saw this and I was like, I'm in.
I just laugh at the tagline, "Here comes the feeling." Like,
it's so Kojima. He really does have his own like brand. It's, I don't know. I'm, like I said, I'm in, man. Here comes the feeling. I'm ready to feel it.
Feel it on up. Keurig put in here, I played Death Stranding 1 for 2 hours and put it down. I want to go back. Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, Keurig, if it's like me at all, where you're like, yeah, this is okay, this is the thing I gotta address, and Dan brings this up too. If you're not down with, traversing and delivering packages, that is the majority of the game. So that's not gonna change. But if you were like me with Death Stranding 1, where you're like, I just don't know what's going on with the story. The writing's very convoluted. I don't think I can get into this. I don't know, man. Death Stranding 2, I don't really understand everything that was going on in it. I was feeling the emotions, and now I'm kind of like, I want to go back and give the first one a try. And if you haven't played Death Stranding 2 yet, give Death Stranding 1 a try. And if you like it, man, play it all the way through, because I have a feeling if I had played Death Stranding 1, Death Stranding 2 would have been even better with some of the emotional climaxes in the game. But it's I might be joining you, Keurig.
Keurig said
The story will be yeah, I'm down with the gameplay, but the story will be convoluted. I fear that the story is extremely convoluted, and I'll get into my critiques of Kojima's writing when I talk about what you got for me. But the problem is that he is effective at making you feel the emotions that he wants you to feel, even if you don't understand the writing. I'll talk about that later, though.
Kojima-san.
Kojima-san.
All right, let's chew on down on some quick bites here. Xbox consoles are getting yet another price increase. Xbox console prices are going up again in the United States starting on October 3rd, so very soon, after already rising back in May due to the tariffs. Who would have thought that tariffs would increase prices on things that are not manufactured here? I don't know. Maybe that's fucking pretty smart to think about. The Xbox Series S 512 gigabytes is going from $379.99 to $399.99. The 1 terabyte version also going up $20 as well to $449.99. The Series X is going up $50 more after the $50 price increase in May to $599.99 on the digital Series X and $649.99 on the disc-based Series X. And then, on top of that, a $70 increase for the 2 terabyte Xbox Series X Galaxy Limited Edition. It is going to $799.99. Insane.
4-year-old hardware, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is 4-year-old hardware. It has not gotten any better.
No gauge. 5-year-old hardware.
5-year-old hardware. I stand corrected. Insane. Who would have thought that in the day and age of computers and automobiles, that an Xbox would be an appreciating asset? Isn't that just incredible? Isn't that remarkable?
Instead of the stock market, we should have invested in Xboxes. That's what we should have.
We should have been buying Xboxes left, right, and center.
Yep. And Switches, apparently, because Switches also went up in price.
That's true.
Insane. Thanks, Don. Please don't cancel me, FCC chairman. Anybody?
We're going to take a look at Podcast PXN.
PXN is the worst podcast out there, bar none. Hi, Glenn.
Hold on. Are you seeing what Keurig has just put in the chat?
Oh. I have 3 Xbox Series X's in my house I should sell. Absolutely. Sell.
Keurig, you know I like you, but when we talk about Eat the Rich, we're coming for you. You're the first one that we're coming for.
Yeah.
3 Series Xbox Series X's in this economy? That's crazy.
Immediately sell them. Glenn says you have to sell organs to get one. Maybe. You
don't need all of them, surely.
Keurig bought all 3 in 2020. What the fuck do you need? Why did you buy 3 Xboxes in 2020?
He knew. He saw. He saw which way the winds were blowing.
One was a gift, one is his brother's. Okay. Interesting. All right.
He's trying to get out of the cull that's coming. But Kira, I've got you marked.
Yeah, Kirik, we need some of that barbecue. We're coming on over for the barbecue. Wink, wink.
Right.
Oh, look, Xbox Series X's.
Come for the barbecue, stay for the revolution.
Incredible. Oh, Jesus. That's not even necessary.
You're not doing yourself any favors. Two
PS5s and
I'm
a
organizing
PS5
a protest
Pro.
outside of your residence as we speak.
Incredible. All right, our next item here is quite possibly... No, we're going to save it for last. The funniest story here. Gearbox has delayed the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Borderlands for just a week from its release date. A week. And if you remember, Randy Pitchford, not that long ago, was like super excited about, yeah, here comes the Switch 2 version of Borderlands 4. It's coming this date. Well, guess what, Randy? It didn't happen. You fucking...
But Daniel, I thought the game was extremely well organized, and people just optimized. And people just had unrealistic expectations with their hardware.
Right?
Isn't the Switch 2 a brand new console? Isn't it a cutting edge piece of technology? Why isn't Borderlands 4 working on it, Daniel?
It's weird. I don't know. It's weird.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's almost as if Randy Pitchford has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Our next quick bite. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is getting new DLC just in time for the new Avatar movie to come out this fall. And it is called From the Ashes.
Oh, get it? Because the
Yeah.
movie's called Fire and Ash. Oh, that's clever. Guess what, Ubisoft? I'm still not playing your game.
It is
Still
very
not playing.
It is very smart of them to capitalize on that. Whether or not this
Yes.
ends up being good, I guess we'll see. But it's coming December 19th. So it's coming out basically the same time that the movie's coming out. So good marketing. We'll see if it actually ends up being a good experience.
Is that the same exact day that the movie comes out?
Is it?
Fire and Ash. It is the exact same day. I wonder if this
Wow.
has plot elements that are from the movie, and that's why they're doing that.
It could. You're right. Either way, very smart marketing opportunity. I hope that it's actually good and it's not just a cash in.
Right.
Come over. All systems. Yes, all systems. Glenn still hasn't seen... What? You haven't seen Way of the Water, Glenn? Go see it. What are you waiting for? Amazing.
We should have done a little movie marathon.
Yeah.
I didn't know I didn't know that Glenn hadn't seen it either. That's unacceptable, Glenn.
Yes, Carrick, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, it's on all platforms. It came out last year, I think, or maybe the year before that, and this is just this is a DLC expansion for it.
Yes.
All right. So now we've made it to the final quick bite. I've saved the best for last. And the last is Arc Raiders is getting a final server slam before launch October 17th through 19th. One last chance to take on the Arc before the launch at the end of October. Let's go.
Yeah, there are a few things I wanted to get into with this.
Yeah.
All of them is just glazing Embark, so not to get anyone's expectations out of whack. This is just going to be me glazing them. I can't think of a time when there's been a game that has gotten so much positive hype that they could be bending people over the barrel if they so wanted, but they are doing a no barrier to entry. Everyone's welcome. Pretty much fully featured demo of the game a week before it comes out. Come try it if you like it. They have 2 editions that you can pre-order. Neither of them give you any sort of bonuses or edges in the game. Neither of them give you any sort of early access. I stand by that Embark is one of the best independent studios right now working. I think they have, when it comes to having their mind oriented towards the consumer, I have no notes, I have no feedback, no nothing. I think they're doing an exceptional job. I absolutely adore Embark. I am the Embark Glazer, and I cannot wait to jump back into this. And I'm excited for some of the friends of the show that didn't get a chance to try it the first time. Now they can get in and they can try it themselves before they buy it. I mean, this is just super cool. I can't remember of any studios doing this for big games coming out a week before it launches. Try it, see if you like it.
Now, I agree with everything you said, but just for clarity, Embark is not independent. They are owned by Nexon, just to be clear.
Yes, yes,
Just
technically.
But
I
yeah,
still feel like they operate as an
a
independent
small-
studio. They
yeah.
don't. Yes, they definitely have that spirit of them. But yes, you're right. They are owned by a conglomerate, as is everything nowadays.
Right. Unfortunately, yes. Yeah. Very excited to get our hands on more Arc Raiders. A little sooner than we were expecting.
Also, I'd like to point out to mostly just to Christian, because he's the Unreal Engine hater. Arc Raiders runs on Unreal Engine 5, and I would like everyone to just take a moment and remember the performance of that game, because we all thought, wow, this is the most polished thing I've played this year.
Right.
So, listen, Randy, just get your shit together. Just get your fucking shit together. It's not the engine, it's the talent. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing, though, Gage. Borderlands 4 is the most optimized game ever made.
We're also delaying the Switch 2 indefinitely for unrelated reasons.
Oh, incredible. All right. Let's dive into the fantasy draft check-in. We have a few updates here. The first one being Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and that was picked up by Roshan Warner, Row Your Boat Games. He has an 83 on OpenCritic for 13 points. Getting on the board there. Very nice, Roshan. We also have Dying Light the Beast that released. Gage, that is yours. It is sitting at an 82 on OpenCritic for 12 points for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Silent Hill F that also released for Row, and he got an 87 on OpenCritic for 17 points. Some big points this week, all around. Handshakes all around.
Handshakes all around. Nobody had I'm blanking on the game. It just came out. It just released. Supergiant. Hades 2.
Oh.
Nobody had Hades 2 this year.
We couldn't because it was in early access.
The early access stipulation when
Yeah.
the bids opened, right?
If it was, we could bid on it if it had just released to early access this year, but it was already in early access when the year started.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
I saw that get a 93 on OpenCritic, and I was like, damn, do I not have that? And I immediately checked, and I was like, nobody's got it. Yeah, but you're right. It's the early access nonsense.
Yep, exactly. Unfortunate, because that's a lot of points that could have been had there.
A lot of points.
A look at our upcoming releases here. Ghost of Yotai is coming October 2nd, so a week from tomorrow. Very, very soon. And then we have Digimon Storytime Stranger coming for Row, and that is coming a week from Friday. The Ghost of Yotai, by the way, is coming for Christian's team. Battlefield 6 coming October 10th for Halo is Unreal team, my team. Little Nightmares 3 is coming October 10th as well. Same day for Gage's team. Okie dokie. And yeah, that rounds out our early October releases. We'll dive into more October releases next week. Kirk pre-ordered the collector's edition of Ghost of Yotai. Hell yeah. I know Ro would be proud of you. Christian would be shaking his head right now, and Ro would be proud of you. So, you take that.
I'm going to shake my head.
All right. Let's go into what you got for me. Dan, what you got for me? Well, Dan, I've got good news for you. No, I've been playing more Borderlands 4. Still cranking away on that. Still having fun with it. I did experience the other day, was it Monday, I think, was my off day. I played like a long session of Borderlands 4 and realized like midway through, I was like, this fucking feels like shit. And then I remembered the whole thing that the game has a memory leak or something and it runs worse the longer you play. And I was like, okay, I need to reboot my game, I guess. But other than that, I've been having a lot of fun with it. Still chugging along. I can't help myself right now. I'm wanting to do every single little mission, like even the stupid little contracts. Like I'm doing every single thing right now, and I can't seem to focus on just like the main story, but still very much enjoying it thus far.
How do you, so with previous Borderlands,
Yes.
do you play a lot of the post-launch content? Are you in for the long haul, or do you just kind of roll credits on it and then put it away?
I pretty much roll credits and then mostly put it away.
Okay, in that case, I have no notes. I was gonna say, if you're somebody that likes to do the end game stuff,
Yeah.
People are saying to finish the story as fast as possible because unlocking, when you beat the story, it unlocks another leveling system that happens in the background, but you can't start that until you roll credits on the story. So if you wanted to do that, it's best to do all the side missions after.
Okay.
But like you said, if you don't care, then you don't care.
Well, that is good insight. So maybe I will do that. My concern is though, once I beat it, I'm afraid I'll put it down and I won't pick it back up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I have an inkling that the story is not very long, so I'm assuming once I finish it, it's gonna be like 5-hour campaign or something. Like if you just blow through the campaign.
Yeah.
I don't know. Keurig says, want to know something crazy? Yes, I do want to know something crazy, but before that, Gage, what you got for me?
Well, Daniel, I have rolled credits on 2 games.
What?
Since we last spoke. One of those games is Borderlands 4.
What?
Which I had a fun time with. You already knew this. We talked about this on the weekend. You already knew this. You don't get to play it up for the podcast.
Co-op? You forgot to play co-op.
I'll still play co-op. I'm in it for the end game, dude. I'm in it for the long haul.
We're in the end game now.
I'm still leveling and trying to get all the equipment I want for my build, so I am down to keep playing. Borderlands 4 was very fun. I feel like this is like a 3.5-star game for me in like every sense of the word. Like I don't understand what people are talking about with the story. People are really high on the story online. I feel like it's just totally serviceable, and that's really it. I don't really care for any of the characters except for the recurring ones from the previous games. But the gameplay is fantastic. It's totally good. It's that looter shooter itch that my brain loves. So I had fun with it, and I will continue to play it. And then the other game that I have rolled credits on is none other than Death Stranding 2. And what a wild ride that has been. Here's the thing with Kojima, and this is what I was talking about with Keurig earlier, is like the writing is convoluted, and I feel like his worst writing sin that he has is that you can't really follow along. Like a lot of the things get told to you happened off screen, and like when a lot of the big plot twists that happen is just a character telling you, by the way, this whole time, this person was actually doing this. And then I think to myself, I'm like, even if you replayed the game with that knowledge, there's no breadcrumbs to follow. It's just kind of like people talking at you. But even with that being said, I definitely, towards the end of the game, was feeling a lot of the emotions that Kojima wanted me to be feeling, and there's a lot of heart to his games that I'm saying his games. I haven't played really a lot of them, but in Death Stranding 2, there's so much heart and there's so much charm, and when it comes to Kojima, the game designer, I am totally in awe. I feel like this game does this amazing thing where it'll sort of present these challenges to you, and you'll have to do things the hard way a few times, and you think to yourself, fuck, I don't know how much I can keep doing this. This really sucks. And then right at that point, the game will give you an upgrade, or it'll give you a new piece of equipment, and it makes that thing easier to do, and it totally lets you approach that challenge in a new way. And he's able to do that at a cadence throughout the game where it just feels constantly rewarding, where you're constantly being like, okay, great, I just unlocked this new thing that's going to allow me to deliver these packages easier. And then, of course, I have to shout out, as somebody who's been listening to him since like 2012, Woodkid on the score is absolutely fantastic. He's firing on all cylinders. This music in this game is absolutely incredible and definitely helps with the emotional aspect of like the storytelling. So huge shout out to Kojima. I enjoyed this game way more than I thought it was. I absolutely just bought this game because of the new TV, and I was like, this is like one of the best looking games I can think of that are current. Let's buy it and throw it on the TV and have fun with it. I did not expect to put 60 hours into it, which is my tally at the end. So yeah, Death Stranding 2 is awesome, and I might go back and play Death Stranding 1 now that I kind of understand some of the story elements. I understand the world lore a lot better. I'm kind of thinking to myself, you know what, maybe I'll go back and give the first one a shake, and maybe I'll like it more.
That's Woodkid. I think about that Assassin's Creed Revelations trailer every single time I hear that song.
It's good. It's a great trailer. Great song.
It is great. I love that era of Assassin's Creed. Peak.
Very good. Their cinematic trailers, one after another, were just kind of fire.
Yeah. Glenn says, Gage, it's not Destiny.
You love bringing that up, huh, Glenn? You love bringing that up. And he's, look at him, throwing pity parties in the comments. What are you doing, Glenn? You weren't even here on time today.
But Gage, it's not Destiny. It's completely different, okay?
Gage, I thought you said this was going to change gaming.
Forever.
What happened?
Kierke's crazy comment is, I spent $629 on the Switch 2, and the game I've played the most is the OG Tetris. Wow.
Keurig.
Wow. And with that comment, Keurig, we come to a close. Thank you again to everyone joining us live on YouTube and Twitch, as well as podcast services everywhere, including Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Thank you. Gage, Roshan will return, and I am Daniel, and this has been Podcast PXN, and we are out. Much love, and keep on gaming.
Much love, and keep on glazing.
Wow, that's what a play
like
on words
that,
there. That outro, glaze on, keep on glazing,
glaze on.
Nice. You sound like when I said glaze on, that sounds like fucking Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four. Glaze on.
I'm gonna say that every time I boot up an Embark game.
Glaze on. That should be a fucking soundboard bite. Glaze on.
That should be. That's awesome.
That is awesome.